So being a coach in 2025 means that you need to do 1,000 different things, have 1,000 different hats, and you need to properly make sure that you're doing what needs to be done to move forward. Now, in 2025, there is AI. The question is, do I need it or can I pass on it?
So today is about AI
Yeah.
and how to leverage it. Well, I need to say one thing before we get started, because last episode, we announced that we have a new puppy, so we might hear him again today. But there's also another thing I want to say. We've been waiting for literally more than 5 months, but we finally got the ring because we got engaged on the 3-day event in November we had for our clients, and you proposed on that event.
Yeah.
But we wanted to get custom-made ring, and we just got it home. So I'm sparkling here for everyone who's on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm proud of it because it's a big diamond and you deserve a big diamond. And it's not AI.
No, it's not at all. So AI, that's what we're going to talk about, because I think some people might believe that we are anti-AI because we talk so much about the human connection and real relationships and all of that. But we are definitely using AI a lot. So I think today is more about how can you utilize AI in a good way? How can you make your life easier? And why shouldn't you make your life easier?
Yeah. Can you choose to pass on it? Can you choose like, no, I'm not going to be an AI person in my online coaching business right now. So let's dive into all of those things because it really takes a lot of different roles being a small business owner, and that goes with any industry. You need to be the marketer, you need to be the salesperson, you need to be the head of sales as well as the person who actually sells. You need to be head of marketing and do marketing. You need to be the person who delivers everything and comes up with what to deliver. You need to be the admin guy, the finance woman. You need to be all of it. So all of it needs to be covered. And when it comes to AI, we need to understand what it is and what it's meant for. So I'm going to start with just saying what it isn't. It isn't a very sophisticated Google machine. That, like, first of all, it doesn't help you to answer question, or it shouldn't be used that way. You can, but it's not right. So it's not what it does best. Let's just phrase it like that. You can surely use it to get an answer out of it. But it's not the main purpose of why you need to use AI. Because the truth is you can't avoid it. Or at least you can't avoid it without working yourself to death. And the reason why is because everyone else will use it and they will leverage the most powerful strength that comes with AI. And because they are going to leverage the most powerful strength with AI, you are going to be both outschooled, outrun, and you're not going to be able to keep up.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to produce stuff as fast as you need to unless you're leveraging AI.
See, I think there's an interesting thing here because there's a little bit of an age difference between the two of us. Like there's a male, female, but there's also the age difference. So it's definitely something different here because the way you talk about it is probably going to be different than the way I talk about it. I think that's also to take into account. So I'm actually curious because I want to make this a very highly practical. And where do you use AI in your business, in your life today? Does it serve you the best where you're at?
So the answer is very, very simple. There are 2 steps to it. Number 1, it's to understand that AI is used to process for you. That's the number 1. So what it is not a Google machine. The power that comes with it is the processing power, because it's going to process infinitely faster than you can ever process.
Yeah.
So everything that needs processing, I use AI. So I have ChatGPT in my phone. Apple Intelligence has just come out with a ChatGPT connection. Use ChatGPT daily. It's always open in my browser because I want to avoid the processing leading up to a decision making. So that's the first thing to understand. The second thing to understand is how do I make it process the right things? And then it comes to prompts.
Yeah. But can we pause that right now?
Yeah, we can.
Because I look at your finger. You have an Aura ring.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aura rings are provided with a lot of AI to process all the data it takes from your finger to give you tips and ideas about how to live a more healthy life. I'm on a health journey. I know we both are. So I got this app for tracking my meal and my food. And I was just like, okay, I don't eat a lot. But this app can literally just take a picture of the food and put all the details out. It will let me know how much to drink, how much to eat. It like gives me all of that. And it's crazy accurate about what I'm actually eating.
Let's just pause. What does it actually do for you?
It helps me save time. This is not something I really want to learn, and I'm not really interested. So it's really taking away a lot of me needing to learn something that I don't really care a lot about. It makes my life so easy.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
So the only thing that the AI has done for you is process it for you. Because could you get the answers? Of course, you could take what's the values of a fourth of an avocado, and then you could add that to a spreadsheet, and then you could put it manually into the app.
Yeah.
But AI does it for you in a split second.
Yeah.
So that is what it does. It literally only processes stuff, because everything that AI can do for you, you can do yourself.
Yeah.
But it's going to take you 1,000 times longer.
Yeah. Really good. So that is one of the places where I've really seen it. But of course, in the business, we use it a lot. I work with a lot of our content, recording our podcast episodes. Yeah. It has an AI, so it doesn't take us a long time to edit it. Like where before we needed to edit, it took so long time. But it can find where every time we say filler words or there's silences.
And there's ums and there's s and there's...
It can literally in 1 or 2 seconds take that out, which is saving us a bunch of time. When we're doing content, absolutely, it helps us a lot to do content. What we're doing is that we are taking recordings of client calls. So we're teaching it, because that's where I think you're going to. It depends. Like, we don't get better quality out than what we put in.
So here's the thing. Yeah. If you're a shitty marketer, then you're going to get shitty marketing done by AI.
Yes, 100%.
If you're a great marketer, then you're going to get great outcomes from AI.
Yeah.
And there are some things to think about that we're going to cover in a few minutes. But it's super important to understand that it won't be able to create something above your own capability, because you are the one giving the directions. You're the one that tells it what to do and what to focus on, and your capability of being able to spot the differences that makes the outcome and then provide it to the AI, which we call the prompt, which is the command you give to the machine to process. Sometimes it's built for you, like the health app that you have. It's built for you. So you take a picture and it kind of provides you with a done for you assessment. But when you're using ChatGPT, or when you're using it for making something processed in your business, creating something, what happens is that you need to give the directions.
Yeah. I would even say that if you completely use it for doing content, I believe that's where most coaches use ChatGPT. The first steps of using ChatGPT is doing your content. If you're really bad at copywriting, absolutely, your copy will be better asking for help for ChatGPT. Absolutely, it will, but it will not be really, really good, because it does use weird words and stuff like that. So it's all about building up, because you can build up your own GPTs and train it, find someone who's really good at it and model their language, model how they are, but make it your own. But it takes a while to teach the machine to understand who you are, how you speak, and all of that. So, of course, the more you know, the better result you'll also get.
Of course, because AI will never be able to replace us. Because the thing that people are craving isn't perfect articulated information. It is human relationships. It's connection. Like, sure, for a while you could be fooled by connection to a computer. And there might be a point in time where it can execute highly efficiently in things like sales calls, where it's built to do like this thing.
Yeah.
Sure, I believe that could be accurate. But it will never be able to exchange the connection part. Here's my point. You need to be able to add that in your business. And you need to understand the importance of relationships, connection, and like the human to human kind of thing all over the coaching, all over sales, marketing, and delivery. Because you could literally create a girlfriend in AI. So have a relationship with an AI. And I know services that provides that. Hey, get your AI girlfriend. The thing is, that is going to work until you are going to become kind of automotive, which means that as a human being, you're going to lose the most important thing that is in a relationship. And then you're going to feel shallow, and you're going to feel that you're draining your soul instead of being fulfilled. So it's important to understand that there are some things that AI will never be able to replace.
100%. But because this is for coaches, will AI bot be able to replace a coach?
I think it's the same thing as the girlfriend. Yeah. For a while. You're going to be able to get the accountability and the help and the blah, blah, blah. But bottom line, the reason why people aren't getting results in general in the world, in life, isn't because they're lacking information. It's because they're lacking the context, the concept, and the environment and the relationships that supports that outcome. So if you want to make €1 million, the reason why you are going to make €1 million is because of the environments and the people that you put yourself around and with. It's always going to be like that, which means if you're going to be at home, kind of like I'm going to be able to do this on my own, it's not going to be a meaningful journey. No. And you're not going to get the emotional juice needed in order to see it through unless you have surrounding yourself with an environment that completely supports that.
Yeah.
So no, you can't exchange coaching. AI only processes things and gives answers faster.
Generic answers a lot of the time if you're not
generic
training.
or perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's a computer. So if you ask AI to make a piece of content, it can make that content piece like 100% perfect. The best content piece that there is. And the problem with that is that that's not how we speak. And that's not how you think listening to this. You don't think like that, which means that you got to humanize it. So you got to make sure that you take the piece and then you rearrange it so that it becomes you. So it can help you to write a draft and then you rewrite it and then make it your own.
Which saves a lot of time.
100%.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
And you can ask ChatGPT to write you 15 different copies if you like. I don't know why that many, but if you could, and then you can have your eyes on all the 15 pieces of content, choose the one you like the most, and then you can do that. And then you can I've really used and made sure that I'm going to put out the best piece of content for me in my current state where I'm at and what I want to say. So processing is what it does. It's a computer. It processes way faster than we can ever. Emails, ad copies, content, whatever it is.
I think today we all see those images being produced, which means you don't need photographers because you can literally take pictures of yourself and you can have AI upgraded. So I do see a lot of professions are in stake, but a lot of the time you also want some real eyes on it. And I had a call with someone who said, yeah, you know what, I'm going to ask ChatGPT for a strategy. I was like, but if you never made money and you're going to ask a machine to help you with a strategy, it will probably give you something good, but it doesn't know you well enough and you're not skilled enough to use the prompts to actually get something that will work.
Yeah, and it's not about the strategy.
No.
Like anyone can come up with a strategy. The stupidest person in this world can come up with a strategy of how to create whatever outcome, money-wise or whatever for you. It's not the strategy. The thing that is the most important with strategies is not strategy. It's the tactics. It's all the things you do. Yeah. And sure, AI could come up with that as well. But the reason why the stuff you do will work is because of some fundamental principles. And when we are not leveraging the things that makes stuff work, then you're not going to be able to get the outcome.
I think actually the best way of me using it in the coaching is a read AI. It could be Phantom, it could be Otter, it could be someone else, but it's always listening in on our calls. And it's so good at giving like all the transcriptions and all the questions and where to find. That is where it's saving us so much time. And it's so valuable to be able to share with your clients. And it can all be automated, that process of recording your calls and giving advice with that and how you speak. I think that's a lovely tool too.
100%. And if we were to kind of wrap this up with something that is for everyone to take away, then what you want to practice is the lens of what does a marketer need to understand, and then practice that lens while talking to ChatGPT, talking to that AI generator. Then what's going to happen is that you're going to start seeing that you're developing a deeper understanding of your marketplace. And in sales, if you're taking help from AI in your sales to what's the most important thing for me to cover in a sales call when I blah, 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 then you have the lens of sales on when you're speaking to the AI machine. And also understand that you're the one that is literally giving the directions. And one thing that is super funny is that you're a very straightforward kind of person. So you say things very straight. And many times when I'm reading your scripts, like with your chat conversations, you're more polite to ChatGPT than you are to a lot of people. So I think that's really funny. But the lenses, if I'm going to produce a marketing piece, I need to be in a marketing state. I need to look at the world from a marketing perspective when I do it. And then also tell the role of the AI.
Yeah.
You are our chief of marketing and you're supposed to now do X, Y, and Z. You're the chief of sales and you're giving directions to the marketing team of how to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Because depending on what perspective you're feeding the AI, you're going to get completely different answers.
100%. So that was the short journey through AI. I think I'm going to add a list down below with a lot of AI tools you can use in different areas in the business for you to download.
100%. And if you're listening on Spotify, find it on our YouTube channel or in our Facebook group, Online Coaches Getting More Clients.
Absolutely.
I love it. Let's wrap it up.
See you next week.
See you. Bye, guys.